appointment. I'll do the
Yo, what's
intro.
poppin', boys? It's Slink, Kalel, and
Yo,
Henry.
what's
Kalel's an
whoopie
idiot. Let's
doopie
do
doo?
this,
Welcome to the
boy.
Worst Special Podcast, where we talk about politics and all that jazz.
All right,
No,
Kalel.
politics are bad.
Kalel, we're not
keep
talking
going,
about
keep going.
politics this podcast
Oh, why not?
I
because
still don't understand.
last time it was a train wreck. All right, hey,
We didn't
hello
talk
everyone,
about
and
politics
welcome
last
to the.
time.
Yes, we talked about anti-vax. All right. Anyway,
That's
quit
not
talking
politics.
Quit talking about our last podcast. It's gonna spoil it for our viewers.
I'm still telling you, anti-vax is not politics.
Anyway. Hello and welcome to the We're Special Podcast. With me, I have Kalel. Say hello.
Hi.
I have Link.
I'm a lady.
I have Link.
You
No,
guys
no,
are
I'm not a
both
lady.
special.
I have Link.
We're special at no.
I have
Yeah,
Link.
they're both
Say
sped.
hello.
You guys are sped.
Oh my god. Quit saying we're sped and
Oh,
say
frick.
hello.
Konnichiwa.
Okay, good. And then we have me.
Link's our foreign exchange student, by the way. No.
Okay. Our last podcast was a train wreck because I had the game audio running. And you couldn't hear Kalel for the entire podcast. So,
Is that a bad
Yeah.
thing?
I mean, it
Why
wasn't
you
really
bully
a
me?
bad thing. So I feel like, okay, we kind of dodged a bullet with not hearing Kalel. But we're gonna do this maybe a little bit shorter. Might like do
You freaking guys are stealing all the kills.
again, Kalel. Why are you bringing up the game? We talked about this last podcast and before the podcast. Okay.
Sorry.
So
Sorry.
our first
Sorry.
I feel like our first topic.
Sorry.
Shut up, Kalel. All right. I feel like
Our first topic is how to spell Betesda.
Okay.
No, our first topic is what was it?
Oh no, our first topic.
Clickbait YouTubers.
Clickbait YouTubers. Morgs, best YouTuber of 2019.
AKA you.
I'm not Morgs.
I never said you were. I said you were a clickbait YouTuber, but I was
I'm
late
not
on
a
the draw.
clickbait YouTuber. How am I clickbait? But whatever. Anyway, let's talk about clickbait YouTubers and how dumb they are.
Why are you talking about yourself like that, man? It's
Like
not
Logan
nice to put yourself
Paul?
down.
Isn't he a
Exactly.
clickbait YouTuber?
Sort of.
I will. I might stop the stream. This is absolutely a train wreck.
It's not a train wreck. It's called improvisation.
Oh, we're streaming? Oh.
Yes, we're streaming it. We stream every podcast.
I don't know if that's how podcasts work, but I'm not gonna say
You can
anything.
do live podcasts.
Boss fight. Let's talk about those and how stupid they are.
You smell like poo.
Let's talk about how stupid boss fights in video games are.
Boss fights. That's a
You
good
bot,
topic.
you took my kill.
That's again, Kalel. Why?
Oh, sorry.
All right, Kalel. All right. I mean, let's talk about boss fights
Teleporting
and
bosses.
the Reddit r/boss fights. I think that's what.
I don't
It's
think
I
that's
wanna
a Reddit.
get
I don't think
Reddit.
that's a Reddit. I don't think that's a Reddit subject.
No, it is. It's like crappy boss fights or something.
That's a subreddit? What?
It is. It's a subreddit. Anyone who's looking at the podcast right now, go to r/boss crappy boss fights. I think that's what it's called.
I think the
Logan
first one that I
Paul
would
versus
pick is
PewDiePie.
Warframe,
Logan Paul
because
versus
there's this
PewDiePie.
random guy.
All right,
No,
let's
we
talk
can't talk about PewDiePie behind his back. That's
Okay.
bad.
Stop the
PewDiePie.
pewds!
All right, PewDiePie. That's a great boss fight. I would. That sounds like a Dark Souls 4.
Would
boss.
you watch PewDiePie punch the guy in the face who made T-Series?
You mean T-Series boy?
Yeah, T-Series boy. He's an Indian boy.
We don't even call him by a name. I don't even think he has a name.
All right, boss fights. What do you think the best boss fight would be? It can be anything.
That time that you fight Sephiroth in Final Fantasy.
I don't know.
AKA never. I've never played Final Fantasy.
Okay. I feel like the best boss fight I could ever get into is just like fighting like the smallest creature, but it's also like the hardest boss ever. Like
Why are
the
you
most.
talking about Undertale?
I'm not. It's just unsuspecting creatures. How is that linked to Undertale? How is the unsuspecting creatures being the biggest boss in
Dragon
the game?
Tales, Dragon Tales.
I like how Kalel just keeps putting in random inputs that aren't even related to anything.
Why? What are we talking about?
We're talking about boss
RuneScape.
fights. We're talking about boss
Boss
fights.
fights?
That
Yes.
time that you kill the dragon in RuneScape.
Again,
Never got to that boss, but yeah.
I just feel like unsuspecting creatures are just a great boss because like they have the cloak of deception, you know?
What are you guys talking about?
We're
I'm not
talking
a
about
big
boss
gamer.
fights. We're talking about boss fights. We've been talking about boss fights. We told you that we were talking about boss fights.
You too, Kiana.
Mom said when you guys get back to stuff.
All right. I just feel like having tiny creatures as like bosses in video games. That's just like
Why you bully me?
that's just like a great it's just like a great concept for a boss fight. Undertale, I feel like was the first game that really took use of that with like Flowey and such.
Sir,
Oh frick!
sir,
What?
have you played RuneScape?
No, I haven't.
I think you're just saying Undertale did that because
Like just like what I feel, like that's the first game I saw that took like that used
Is
that.
anyone watching?
Kalel, we're Kalel, just please. Okay, I feel like Undertale was the first like game
it wasn't.
to
It definitely
utilize
wasn't.
that in the
It definitely
in
wasn't.
the most like in like
What
the
are
most
those adventure
creative
games
way.
called where like you just do random crap and there's like random creatures?
Kalel, why do you
Like
keep bringing up
RPG.
such random topics?
We're
Yes,
talking about
it's called an
games, yeah?
RPG,
Yeah, an RPG
I
game.
just feel like
but it
Undertale
wasn't.
was the first game to utilize that in a
It
really
wasn't.
creative way. Link,
It-
let me finish. Can you let me finish?
no, because I know where you're going with this, and I'm trying to explain. It's like it did the worst job of it that you could possibly think of for a JRPG.
Okay, elaborate on that.
I just saw that dude get killed. Oh, suck it,
So
kid.
the problem with Undertale is you can avoid fights, and that's the thing. If you can avoid a boss, what's the point in the boss existing?
I know, but it doesn't matter like if you avoid them. It doesn't matter about that. But I just like they took all the characters that you thought were
Watch your
nice
stream.
and just like very like characters you feel like are you like your friend and you get to know a lot. Like Sans is one of those in the genocide.
Are you like streaming it, bro?
Yes, I am streaming it, Kalel.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Yes, yes he is.
Alright. Kalel, please stop bringing up random topics. I just feel like Undertale used that in like such a deceptive way. I feel like that's the best way I can put it.
Cassini spacecraft is an unmanned spacecraft that was sent to the orbit of Saturn.
Kalel.
Anyway,
I
Henry,
end
I
the
think
stream.
you're only saying this because it's
What?
literally the only JRPG that you've ever seen in your entire life.
Why
No, but
you?
I just feel like Undertale used it in a very good way. Like it used that sort of like get to know factor, and then it flopped it all on its head.
You're unstoppable, and all of a sudden, oh, you're getting killed. Oh no, my
No,
friends
but
are
like
murdering me.
I'm not talking about you feel unstoppable.
No, like, your friends turn on you in one of the points.
Okay.
I don't remember which friend it is, but one of them definitely just like, nah, you're dead, boy.
Okay, good point. I muted Kalel because he's just kind of making the podcast unwatchable. I'm muting him for a little bit. I'm muting him for like 5 minutes.
You repeat yourself too much.
I know. I do. But I just feel like Undertale used that in a very good way.
You're
Like,
only saying this because Undertale's the only one that you've seen.
Say hello to Gift Loop.
Ah!
but like that's just like how I feel. Wait, okay, hold on.
Because you've never.
But it's a very good concept. I do have a little bit of bias because it's the only one I have seen, but I feel like it did use it in a very good way because it just flopped it on its head a few times. Okay, but like just that entire deception factor of boss fights is like a really good concept no matter what game it really is in. You know what I mean?
See, the issue is you're biased, and bias is bad when you're trying to make an argument.
I know, but I'm not arguing like for Undertale. I'm not saying Undertale did it the best. I'm just saying it utilized it very well.
It utilized it in the same way that all RPGs did.
Name like 4 RPGs that did that.
Final Fantasy
Which
1, Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3.
Okay, so your bias is Final Fantasy.
Oh no, I just don't remember the rest.
I feel like
RuneScape.
Deltarune also utilized it a little bit.
They're made by the same. They're made by the same person.
I know, but
You can't
Deltarune.
do that. You can't do that.
How can I not do that?
It's the same person.
And
Think about it.
so, just because they're made by the same person, doesn't mean I can't use it as an example.
They're basically the same game, though.
They really aren't, though.
Toby Fox's creation of Deltarune was highly inspired by his creation of Undertale.
Highly inspired.
Yes.
Highly inspired, not based on. It was inspired by.
Well, actually, it's based in the same universe.
Still, it's just kind of a nod to the people. I feel like some of the stuff that Deltarune did, like it did, like just for the like the nostalgia factor. Like the sand, like encountering Sands and Grillby's. At Grillby's,
We all
like
know that Sans has existed forever.
yes, but like I feel like that was just kind of a nostalgia. Like in meeting Onion
Nope.
San.
This is just because it's in the underground and Deltarune's based in the past.
Yeah, but it still utilized that like false sense of security factor of the bosses in the game.
Because it's the same thing.
It really isn't,
It's the
though. Okay,
same
Kalel. Okay, Kalel.
person.
Don't leave again. I unmuted you. You can talk.
See, you're kind of arguing a worthless thing.
I'm not really.
Are we still?
Yes, we're still on the air, Kalel.
No, I said, are we still talking about Undertale?
See, the issue with your argument here is...
Oh,
Just-
so what are we talking about now?
Deltarune. Okay. Just because it's made by the same person doesn't put it like it doesn't make it less valid.
Who are you talking to?
I'm trying to explain
talking
this,
to
but I
Link.
guess I just can't.
Okay, explain. Please explain.
Link isn't talking.
Okay, so you see, there's a tiny issue, there's a
Link, if you
flaw.
don't talk, you're gay.
You don't know much about either of the games you're talking about, so you can't really back it up as well.
Yes, I know. I've finished Deltarune.
Okay, but do you know all the lore? Do you know the timeline?
Yes, I know.
And yes, the timeline is important.
Yes, I know the timeline is important. But it doesn't matter about the timeline. I'm not talking about the timeline or like if it's made by the same person. I'm just saying that it utilized the false sense of security for bosses very well.
So does every other JRPG.
And all you are like talking about is all I've heard you talk about is Final Fantasy.
Yo, is Link even talking?
I'm talking
Or are you
about all
talking to
JRPGs
yourself,
though.
you weirdo?
No, I'm talking to Link.
Well, can he unmute me or do something? Cause I don't.
Every
hear him.
JRPG has used the same security factor
Okay,
as you've said.
name a JRPG that did it. That isn't Deltarune, Undertale, or Final Fantasy.
Earthbound.
I don't know.
Earthbound. Elaborate because I don't know much about Earthbound.
Character's best friend named Porky. He follows you in many adventures, and then all of a sudden, he gets captured by Mother Brain, and you have to fight him right there.
Yeah, but that's I feel
You
that's
feel safe near Porky, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm being attacked.
But I
feel the
don't
same.
know much about Earthbound or the Mother series. But I feel like, was that like some of the mind control factor that a lot of games use? I'm not saying like that's what happened, but I'm saying that is a good like I don't know. Like maybe it's like the mind control factor of it. But like I said, I don't know much about Earthbound or the Earthbound trilogy.
You see, so what basically is Porky is actually Mother Brain. Dun dun
I need
dun.
your help on a challenge real quick.
This is not something that I know for a fact. I'm just making a joke.
Okay. Chloe, I'm not helping you with a challenge.
Please, bro.
I can't. Chloe, we're doing the podcast. We're still on. We've been doing the podcast this entire... Get off the topic of video game bosses because we've been... Kalel can't really elaborate at all. I mean...